I started a Jane Austen book in July, and I did not finish it. I finished a Jane Austen book in August. And so, what have I read in August so far? Well, I completed Pride and Prejudice. And I will tell you, last year, I listened to Pride and Prejudice last year, and I wasn't really into it. I didn't really find it to be all that fun. I really didn't have my attention tuned into it. This year, I just, out of the blue, one day I was working on the farm, and I opened up Libby, and I started scrolling through some available books, and I saw Pride and Prejudice, the audio version. I was like, I'm going to listen to it. That's fine. I'll just do it. And, pardon me, I started listening, and I was like, I'm a little more interested this time. I started listening to some of the dynamics and a little bit more interested this time. I found that it mattered what was going on in my brain. It mattered how distracted I was. Last year when I listened, I was very distracted. This year, not as much because I take focus. Thank you. So I'm not as distracted. I'm very much more focused than I was. And so if you had asked me last year, did you enjoy Pride and Prejudice? I would have said, not really. I mean, it's okay, but not really. And I really didn't remember much of it either. There were vague nuances I maybe remembered, but I really didn't remember much. This time, I paid closer attention, was better focused, was more interested, did enjoy it. I really did. And I was really reminded of how hard it was for women during that time, because they really didn't have the right to property and inheritance and all these things that we take for granted today. And so it was a lot more natural for them to use manipulation, to seek out, I kept thinking, why do you keep writing about these women seeking out these husbands? Well, that's how they could secure an okay life for themselves. They had to do that. And so once I really reminded myself of that, then I just listened to it and I was like, oh, here we are. This is interesting. Then I started looking at things from the perspective of whose character was the best, who showed, that they had maybe changed, who in the end really did do the right thing, who was the most manipulative, and why did this one react this way, and why did this one react that way, and who surprised me the most, and so I really felt that I got a lot more out of it this time. So if you've ever read Pride and Prejudice or listened to it and you just felt like, do it again, read it again, listen to it again, because I know that the first go through for me just really was not impressive at all. This time, much more so. And I said, the next time I go through this, I'm going to read it in a physical copy, which I have, and annotate it, which is what I had intended to do this year, but I didn't. I should end up listening to it. So the next time I have to annotate it, I have to go through it in a physical copy. And I really feel that the next time I go through it, I'm going to love it even more. I'm going to get more out of it. the third time I go through it. I really feel that's going to be a powerful read for me, an interesting read, because there are a lot of personality dynamics in this book. And if you like to study personalities, if you like to look at how people interact with other people, and you like to look at the faults that people have, and the good character traits that they have, and how all that plays out in the story, this is full of it. It's great. There's so much to this. And so I really feel that it's a worthy read. Also, everyone talked about how Mr. Darcy is so rude. And I'll be honest with you, I believe I must have missed something somewhere, because I didn't find Mr. Darcy horribly rude. So I'm actually, in my third read through, one of my goals is to figure out why people feel that Mr. Darcy is so rude. I would like to know why. So in my third read, I'm going to try to figure that out. So that was so far in this first week, which, we aren't through the full first week yet, but we're very close. And in this first week of August, the only book I've completed is Pride and Prejudice. I have some other books that I'm listening to, some other books I'm reading, but I've not completed any of them yet. And I don't have any real opinions about them. So there are other books I would really like to share about, but I'm not finished with them yet, or I'm not sure, my thoughts maybe aren't fully formed about the books yet. So I think it would be an unfair share, so to speak, So anyway, bees and mosquitoes. Sitting out here, it's bees and mosquitoes. So that is so far what I've completed in August, and I hope I'm able to complete something else, because I'm truly interested in completing some other things. So maybe so. We'll see.